What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the NASCAR post-race reviews. In this episode here today, folks, we are going to be reviewing the Pennzoil 400 presented by Jiffy Lube, I think, at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This was a very clean race, especially for modern NASCAR standards. Only one caution for incident throughout the entire day. Pretty decent racing throughout, but we're going to cover this race green flag to checkered flag. Jonathan Davis was the man to give the command today. And yeah, there was no real pre-race headlines. There's a video of NASCAR drivers playing blackjack. 21s, baby. Too bad the 21 didn't show up on track today. But very early in the race, there was a big moment at the end of lap 1. Hell of a save by SVG. Looks like, I think, what happened? I think Eric Jones might have sent it around the outside of him, and SVG just didn't anticipate it. It caused SVG to get loose on the exit of turn 4, and a hell of a save from the 97. Tagged Briscoe there at a little bit that helped him save it, but my God, man. What a save from SVG to keep it going. Toyota looked very, very strong early in the race. Chris Bell was able to drive out to a stage 1. Well, sorry, no. Him and Hamlin battled it out early on. Hamlin took the lead from Bell early in the stage. Pit stops had the favors fall back into Bell's lap. The top 3, basically, if there were no pit stops or strategy throughout the stages, the top 3 would have been Bell, Hamlin, and Gibbs throughout the entire day. I'm more than sure of it, but oh, excuse me. Chris Bell did end up taking stage 1. Kyle Larson was able to work his way up into the mix. He was able to throw a challenge. Tyler Reddick didn't have a bad car today. Despite the real lack of crashing action, there was still a lot of great moments on track. We had a 3-wide battle for the lead at one point with Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell. Byron was able to push Larson to the lead in the front mix of all that. I gotta say, guys, today was decent racing. I mean, just because it wasn't filled with dramatic events, it wasn't the most boring race in the world by any means. There was good racing action throughout. No matter where you looked in the field, guys could pass, guys could run different lines. I mean, the only real thing that I didn't like was the dirty air that the lap cars made. That was really the only thing about this race that I didn't really like today. Yeah, that 3-wide race for the lead was fun. At the end of stage 1, I don't think I mentioned this yet, but both Denny Hamlin and Ty Gibbs had pit road speeding penalties. Briscoe had a speeding penalty on the opening run in stage 1, so did Justin Allgaier. Shout out. I mean, I ain't a huge Allgaier guy, but this fire suit shirt is just dope. It's just dope. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It's just dope. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think who else was there in action today. Oh my God. So yeah, Allgaier and Briscoe had their speeding penalties midway through the first stage on the pit road cycle. So those guys were basically fighting from the back the entire day. Allgaier continued to have problems throughout the entire day. I think he was 3 laps down majority of the race. Briscoe was able to work his way back up to the lead lap with the lack of cautions, though. It definitely didn't make it easy for the 19 team. Byron took stage 2. It was his first stage win of 2026. Byron has not had the hottest start to the year. So honestly, that was some much needed momentum for the 24 team to just get back on track and do what they need to do, because honestly, we have not seen any real speed at all from the 24 team this year. Compared to the standard, I should say. Compared to the standard, Byron has not been at par with usual compared to what he usually is. So, I'll say that. I'll say that about William Byron and the 24 team. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Denny Hamlin He was the class of the field today, guys. I have no other way to describe it to you. Denny Hamlin was the class of the field. During stage 2, he drove his way all the way back up to 5th after starting stage 2 outside of the top 20. Yeah, Hamlin got up by William Byron in the early runnings of the final stage. I think 15 laps in was all it took him, something like that. I know they're under side-by-side commercial break, but Hamlin got underneath the 24. Byron wasn't too happy with the move because Hamlin took the air away from the 24, but Hamlin was able to drive himself back to the lead. The Yahoo car was able to take the lead, do his thing. Byron actually took back the lead right as they were beginning the pit cycle, but a wild Connor Zillage went around and brought out the caution. Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened to Zillage. Is there a different angle here? And doesn't look like it. But from what I understand, let me see. I'm gonna try and see if I can find this. Zillage. Here we are. No, I don't want to see him. But here, I'm gonna full screen this, see if I can get a clear view on the wreck. Yeah, looks like Stenhouse just kind of brake checked them almost. It almost was Stenhouse trying to get on pit road. I don't know, but it cost the 88 to just check up and send them around, basically. That's really all that there is to it. Yeah. So, rough break there for Connor Zillage, I guess. Bell actually took the lead on the pit road cycle here. Big stop from the 20 team. Who else had a big pit stop was Chase Elliott. We're going to talk about him in a bit, but a lap after that restart, Hamlin was able to surge his way around the outside of Christopher Bell. There was no looking back from there. Once Hamlin had the clean air, the 11 car was basically gone. It was a rocket ship. Chris Gale and the 11 team were able to do their thing from there. Elliott did his best to try and compete with Hamlin. I gotta admit, like, I have some group chats with some of my buddies, like in New England and Florida and some of those places. Even our podcast group chat, like, we were all saying, it's like, I mean, I said to all of them, it's like, I don't know about Elliott at Vegas. I really don't, but he was able to stick with Hamlin well, and once Hamlin got into the lap cars of, like, Cody Ware and the guys like that, Elliott was able to catch him, but not catch him enough. Hamlin just had too strong of a car today. It maybe would have taken, like, maybe 20 laps or so, I'd say. It was a good 50-lap run. Hamlin closed the deal, won at Vegas, and it's his first win since the death of his father, the ending of the lawsuit, the beginning of this Joe Gibbs lawsuit. No, he would have won since the birth of his son. But I'm trying to think what the hell else happened. I mean, obviously, the death of his father relates to a house fire, and this poor bastard's gone through it. Poor Hamlin. But yeah, I believe this jumps him pretty high in the points now. We'll talk about that more when we get into the points standing segment of the post-race show. But yeah, Denny Hamlin with his second Las Vegas win in a row. I never really thought of Denny Hamlin when we came to Las Vegas, but I'm sure as hell gonna think of him now. I mean, I had guys like Josh Berry on the radar, but yeah, big win for Denny Hamlin. After the race, though, I don't really know why, but Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez didn't really seem to get along. The two first ever Trackhouse drivers just didn't really see eye to eye. Was there a push here at one point? I'm trying to look it back. It definitely looked like a heated discussion. Yeah, a little bit of pushing from the two of them, but I don't know, man. I don't know what caused it. I don't know what they were saying, but you could tell there was a little bit of a push and just like, hey, I don't really like what you did sort of thing. They were even hitting each other on the cooldown lap a bit, but I don't know, man. I guess we're going to have to look into that a bit more. Hopefully I hear something by the time we get through this, but let's get into those post-race results here in Las Vegas, baby. Sin City, let's get it. Alrighty then, looking at your post-race results following today's action in the Pennzoil 400 at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Denny Hamlin starts second, takes home the win, fastest lap. Pretty damn good points day for the 11 team. 70 points being taken home for the 11. Definitely a big day for Denny Hamlin and Joe Gibbs Racing. Class of the field all day long. Great job, Denny Hamlin. Chase Elliott comes home P2. Not a bad run for the 9 team whatsoever. Like I say, Vegas doesn't seem to be in a great track for him. So a P2 run, not too shabby in the slightest. William Byron comes home for a P3 finish. Not too bad for the 24 team as well. They needed a good run. They got it in, oh my God, where were they? Vegas. Good job, Willie B. Christopher Bell with a P4. Not a bad run for C. Bell. He wraps it up in 4th place. He had a strong car throughout the day. The day was really just Hendrick versus Gibbs. Like the entire day, that's basically what it was. 23-11 had Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick in the picture throughout the race. And yeah, like I say, it was basically Hendrick versus Gibbs, man, the entire day. Surprisingly, Larson was not the lead Hendrick car at Vegas, which he usually is, but Christopher Bell, P4, not a bad run for the 20 team. Ty Gibbs, P5, 3 weeks in a row of consistent top 5s. Not too bad, Ty Gibbs. Not too bad. I am impressed. He's up to the top 10 in points now. You just gotta say fair play to Ty Gibbs. I mean, obviously he has his fair share of criticism for reputable reasons, but I gotta tip my hat to him. He's performing well. He's got 3 top 5s 3 weeks straight. That's what Joe Gibbs Racing drivers should honestly be doing. So, good job, Ty Gibbs. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Chris Buescher, P6, or not P16, P6. Not a bad run for the 17 team at all. The more points on the board for them, the better. Kyle Larson, P7 for his standards at Vegas. That's pretty disappointing, if you ask me. Honestly, I expect a win from Kyle Larson basically every time we go to Vegas, but because he's just that good here. But anyway, is what it is. Still a good points day for the 5 team. He won yesterday's O'Reilly race. He won a sprint car race on Thursday night. Not too bad for Larson. Chase Briscoe, P8. Honestly, after the day they've had in every race but Atlanta so far this season that they've had, P8 ain't a bad run at all. I don't know why my nose is itchy so much for no reason at all. Bubba Wallace, P9. Not a bad run for the 23 team. They are just racking in good, consistent points this year. So they're just doing what they need to do, man. They're pretty much, I think they finished top 10 every single week this season, if I'm not mistaken. So, fair play, Bubba Wallace. Brad Keselowski, P10 after a P28 start. Honestly, you could say Brad Keselowski could have got a better result today. And it's pretty crazy looking at this, considering RFK was the class of the Blue Ovals in Ford today. The nearest Team Penske driver was Joey Logano in 15th. The Blue Ovals need to step their game up. I'll say that much. Only 2 of them in the top 10. That was Chris Buescher in P6 and Brad Keselowski P10. Not a bad run for Ryan Preece either. He spent the entire day in the top 10. We love Ryan Preece. Shout out Ryan Preece. Most respectable guy in the garage, in my opinion. Austin Dillon, P3. Or not P3, P12. His number's 3, dumbass. Not a bad run for him at all. Gotta take it. Good run, Austin Dillon. Fair play. Tyler Reddick, P13. He was in the top 10 most of the day. Kind of faded away late. Strategy just didn't really work out in their favor, to be honest. Zane Smith, P14. Not a bad run for Zane Smith at all. I had a feeling he'd be good today for some reason. And a P14 for front row is not bad at all. Joey Logano, P15. Not great for him. Ryan Blaney, P16. Something must have happened at the end of the race between Chastain and Suarez. I'll have to do some deep diving into that, see what I can find, but they finished 17th and 18th. Cindric in 19th, and the Legacy guys finished P20 and P21. Carson Hocevar, 22nd, followed by Riley Herbst. AJ Allmendinger, Justin Allgaier got back to 25th, good for him. Michael McDowell, Cole Custer, Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse, Noah Gragson, Josh Berry. Rough way to follow up on his Vegas win of last year. Connor Zillich, who was involved in that incident with Stenhouse. Ty Dillon, Todd Gilliland, Cody Ware, and Shane Van Gisbergen. finishes last on track. He must have broke something in the car, because honestly, I mean, Shane Van Gisbergen was extremely out to lunch in the Las Vegas spring race last year, but hopefully he can just keep improving, man. Hopefully he can just keep improving. And yeah. Point standings. Alrighty then. So, leading the point standings is still the 45 of Tyler Reddick. He finishes outside of the top 10 for the first time this season today at Las Vegas. Bubba Wallace is the second place car, 2311, still dominating the top 2 in points. Bubba Wallace is out by 61 points. Ryan Blaney in third is 67 out. Denny Hamlin sitting P4, 78 points out. Chase Elliott, 87 points out in 5th. Then it's Bell in 6th. Larson in 7th. Byron in 8th. Busher in 9th. Ty Gibbs in 10th. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Preece, Michael McDowell, Carson Hocevar, and Shane Van Gisbergen round out the top 16. There's a 3-way tie for 16th right now because Van Gisbergen, Daniel Suarez, and AJ Allmendinger are all tied for it. Zane Smith sits 19th. And it's Ross Chastain, John Hunter Nemechek, Kyle Busch, Riley Herbst, Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, Chase Briscoe, who honestly isn't that far from the playoff bubble, but we expect Chase Briscoe to be contending for a spot in the top 5 in points. They'll rebound, they'll get better. They just need a good, clean day to get stage points and just build their way back up. Keep racking in the top 5, top 10 finishes. I think Chase Briscoe will be more than okay, guys. And I mean, I am a Chase Briscoe fan, but I just say that off of him being in a Joe Gibbs racing car and him proving that he can win races, have clean races, and get good results. Eric Jones, Noah Gragson, Ricky Stenhouse, Austin Cindric, Todd Gilliland, Josh Berry, Cody Ware, Cole Custer, Connor Zilich. Oh, poor Connor. Alex Bowman, Casey Mears, and BJ McLeod. Okay, now I gotta pick a driver of the day. I don't know who the hell I'm gonna pick for this race. Okay, well, I mean, I have done some digging, and I found a little bit of what may have happened. I mean, with Suarez and Chastain. Looks like Daniel Suarez ran Chastain up the track in turn 2 with 2 to go. I mean, who knows what happened there? What may have caused the beef? What may have caused Suarez to run Chastain up the track? I mean, doesn't look like Chastain hit the wall, but Suarez definitely didn't leave him a lot of room. In terms of driver of the day for Vegas, I mean, I didn't expect a great run out of the guy. He consistently stayed up there and got better as the day went on. I'm going to give it to the fan favorite. I'm going to give it to Chase Elliott. I think he had a decent day. Like I say, the goal of this series is to not point out the winners. A part of me wanted to give it to Ty Gibbs, but I mean, he's been on a bit of a roll lately. We expect it. And yeah, I think Chase Elliott, I didn't expect a lot from him going into today. He got a good, consistent drive. He finished second, got the points that he needed to, and yeah, wins are definitely soon going to be coming back for Chase Elliott. You can't put yourself in this position this many times and not get a win every now and again, so the wins will come for Chase Elliott even more this year. I think he'll win at least 3 or 4 races this season, no problem, and yeah, Chase Elliott gets my driver of the day. Now I got to put this race on the Skyler scale. This one could get interesting. Alrighty then, guys, let's put this race on the Skyler scale and let's hop on out of here. To be honest with you, I enjoyed the race. I mean, was it action-packed? Was it filled of incidents that were going to blow your socks off? No, but it was a day full of good racing. Good, clean, consistent racing. You could pass guys. You could do what you need to do. All in all, this wasn't a bad race. I mean, a lot of people saying, "Oh, it was a snooze fest, man. It was a snooze fest." I hate it. Honestly, guys, I gotta say, I disagree. I enjoyed the race. I mean, I don't know what you guys thought, but I'm gonna give it an 80%. I thought the commentary team was decent. I think NASCAR was good. I mean, like, I can't really say there was parts of the race I didn't really enjoy. I mean, it was all a fun race throughout. You were able to pass. You were able to make moves. Like I say, the only thing I didn't really like is that you were able to, you weren't really able to move your way around lap cars in the dirty air. But all in all, I don't think you can complain too much after this race in Las Vegas. I find the spring races at tracks like Vegas and Kansas are always more dull than the fall races, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. This is the way she rolls. It's the way she rolled, man. The way she rolled. But if you guys enjoyed today's NASCAR post-race review of the Pennzoil 400, make sure you smash that like button. Drop a comment down below, guys. Subscribe and share with those notifications turned on so you don't miss a future upload here on the channel, guys. Don't forget to join the Patreon and the Twitch. Follow the podcast, Touchdowns and Track Limits, new episodes every single Thursday. Links are in the description down below, guys, and I'll catch y'all next time around as we head to Darlington. Good old Darlington for the Goodyear 400 in the next episode. But until then, guys, take care and pull